And we are back. Welcome everyone back to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, complete book playthrough. Oh god, I can hear myself on stream. Welcome back. I have a few things to say. First of all, I apologize to those who are following my Witcher 3 VODs on YouTube. I have been away for quite some time. That is loud, but I have turned it down on my mic. I hope everyone can hear me. Where have I been? Well, let me... Camera. Let's move my camera. Okay, and my camera seems to be fine. Well, where have I been? Well, I've been sorting out some mental health stuff, whilst also been helping out with the doctors and trying to get some forms done for some autistic stuff. That in mind, I have been going to the gym as well. That's been helping with mental health as well. So that's where I've been. I'm sorry that it's taken me this long to get back to it, but we are getting back to the last playthrough. Now, I did actually, without realizing it, with the last time I was on this, continue on with the playthrough I was doing for stream, and ended it. I ended the whole entire playthrough without even realizing it, and yeah, I was like, what do I do here? So I finished that playthrough, and now I'm back. This is an old save.
The Witcher's contact in Velen was to be Hendrik,
another save,
the Emperor's
here we go.
spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission, to gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunt had reached
Just make sure my camera is fine.
The Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the wraiths had failed to find his notes.
Sorry, I'm looking at it on my phone.
Read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warlord, and that she'd quarreled with a witch.
Nice. Okay. So, there have been some mods and... Oh, okay, what the heck?
Well, nice.
Okay, what the heck's going on here? It might be due to another mod. That's due to a mod. Is it just this thing, or... Oh, let me... Yeah, it's that as well. Okay. Sorry about that, but... This will only take a second. Okay, hopefully this works. If not, I do have another mod. It basically replaces the bear armor to make it look like the concept art for it. If that's what the problem is, then I need to get rid of that. Good thing only slight inconvenience. Otherwise, we'd be carrying on.
The Witcher's contact in Velen was to be Hendrik, the Emperor's spy.
But yes, I will
Hendrik
explain
was
mods in a moment.
incognito in that war-ravaged land.
So I
His
have added
mission
some new mods.
to gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunt had reached Hendrik first. The Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the Wraiths had failed to find his notes. Geralt read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warlord, and that she'd quarreled with a witch.
That's better. Well then. So, I have some new swords. This is from the Geralt of Riverside user on Nexus Mods. He has made some custom swords that look more accurate to Geralt's swords in the books. Also, he changed the Netflix sort of pants that Geralt wears. Basically, it just has the bandage on it from, I think it was like episode 8 or something, where he got slashed up pretty badly by some neckers. But other than that, we look sort of, well, not sort of, but we look book accurate here. Basically, mostly how we did last time. So yes, let's go.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs.
And find
Don't
Kiera
be
Metz.
shy.
And hello, Kiera.
Greetings, Witcher.
Yes.
Missed a spot.
Where? Hope you didn't come to Gore.
Not really.
No. To talk.
Turn around and wait.
Geralt. Basically, in the words of Ciri, you're terrible. God damn it. And hello, mister. Welcome in. Yeah, you arrived perfectly on time. We just sorted out
Kiera Metz, deep in the heart
some
of
mods
Velen.
that weren't working
Thought you
properly.
hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do.
And why is
Now more
Kira's
than
hair
ever.
like sort of being
Heard a
wavy?
witch lived out here.
What the heck?
Never would have guessed it was King Foltest's former
It's probably due to the
advisor.
hair works
I'm
I have
so
on.
pleased the world's still able to astound you, Geralt. I actually envy you that sense of wonder, common in children, knights errant, and morons.
Someone's grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
Yeah, anyway, welcome, mister. I wonder how your day is going. Hopefully it's going well. We definitely just started. It's not like earlier I didn't have any trouble with OBS. Right, okay, I did do a, oh, sausage and rice, nice. Good, I'm glad your day's been good so far. Mine's been relatively alright. I'd spent the morning in bed doing absolutely nothing, and then spent the afternoon basically clearing stuff out and looking for stuff to sell at the Sunday booth there. Anyway, what's going on? I did write down a sort of semi-document about sort of Geralt's personality in the Witcher books. I got inspired to do this by another YouTuber called Lordology. He did sort of a similar Let's Play on his channel. Please go check him out. He's brilliant with his stuff on there. He does a lot of God of War. He does Lord of the Rings stuff. He does The Witcher. Does a lot of good stuff on there. Lordology is a YouTuber who sort of did the same sort of playthrough I'm doing now. He does a lot of them on there. And he inspired me to go make a document whilst reading the Witcher books to sort of get Geralt's personality down. Nice. Yeah, he recently posted God of War... Oh, I think it was God of War Ascension or God of War Ghost of Sparta. Not sure which one it is. I'm actually gonna check that one out actually, because I might be completely wrong. Yes, I am completely wrong. It was God of War Chains of Olympus that he recently posted 2 days ago alongside the original God of War yesterday. He posted that. Yeah, pretty much yesterday. So, yeah, he does a lot of God of War stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So, Kiera Metz then. What are you doing in Velen?
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end, burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Wow. Yeah, so, bit of context. In The Witcher 2, I haven't actually posted that to YouTube yet, or done anything on that on stream. I think I did once, but that was like, I don't know, an hour. Basically, Radovid, who is the king of Redania at the moment, he went on a massive sort of witch hunt, and he's basically doing what Kiera just described. So, you like playing the village witch, then?
So how's it feel to be the village witch?
Horrid.
No joy in
I'd
having
guess.
the boundless respect and trust of the local peasantry?
They'd respect anyone who could produce hemorrhoid cream.
Been here a while, haven't you?
Long enough for rot to set in.
Hmm.
You cannot possibly imagine how much I detest this place.
I can imagine you detest it quite a bit, because I don't like Velen either. It's full of just swamps and horrible people, but at least it's got work for witches. It's got a lot of work for witches. But why Velen of all places? I mean, you could have gone to Kavir, perhaps. You could have gone to Toussaint. You could have gone to... perhaps maybe Nilfgaard? Not sure about that one, since Nilfgaard doesn't really like mages either. Aside from Amir using Yennefer, but other than that, you could have gone to any other place besides the north, basically. What were you thinking?
Picked a strange place to hide.
I didn't pick anything. In the north, Radovid's men hunt sorceresses like fish in a barrel. Nilfgaard controls the south. Where was I to flee?
Emperor does keep mages on a short leash, but he lets them live and ply their trade.
Radovid and Emma differ in every respect except one. They share a deep hatred of the Lodge of
That's
Sorceresses.
actually true.
And I was a member.
Changing the subject.
Yeah, about changing the subject, about the Lodge of Sorceresses. You heard anything of them so far? I mean, the last time Geralt actually saw the Lodge of Sorceresses in action... I wish I had Geralt's voice. Yeah, you know what? What really sort of impressed me was when they made the Sirens of the Deep movie on Netflix, which, by the way, is actually not that bad. And I have a lot of passionate personal sort of, I wouldn't say hatred, but like, Netflix really shot themselves in the foot when they made the Witcher. It's not that great, let's be honest. Henry Cavill basically carried that series. But Doug Cockle, who voices Geralt in the Witcher games, he came back to voice Geralt in Sirens of the Deep, and he pulls it off really well. Another voice I also did like for Geralt is Peter Kenny. Here he narrated Geralt's voice in the Witcher books, audiobooks on Audible. They're really good. You can find, I think it's The Last Wish, The Sword of Destiny, Season of Storms, and Blood of Elves on YouTube. They have had a bit of copyright issues, but they've been relatively alright on there. You can find them on YouTube. Like, highly recommend. Peter Kenny has a really good Geralt voice, and he's Scottish as well, so immediately that makes me think of just the fact that Geralt has a Scottish accent in that narration is really funny.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
Yeah, well... No, is it a heavy Scottish accent? Well, Peter Kenny is Scottish, so he does have a thick accent. I think he either... I don't know, actually. I think he's in the US at the moment. I mean, I don't know anything about him personally, but... I can look that up for you. And I'm hearing myself on stream again. I have that on my phone just so I can actually, check whether sound is actually doing well. Okay. Yes, so he's Scottish, but he has a hint of a British accent in there. I think it's... I might be wrong, but it says on here that it's from Yorkshire, and that's like in the north of England. So it might be a combination between those two, but I don't know. That being said, I will post the link for the first Witcher book in chat, so you can check that out. come on. So I'm trying to do it on my phone because I don't really want to be tabbing out of. That's better. Right, then we can actually continue now. So yeah, that is the first Witcher book on YouTube. So, carrying on, we're wasting time here. Looking for a certain young woman.
I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Seen her, Kiera?
Oh, really? Who?
Okay, so I'm going to be running you through... I like to explain Geralt's sort of decisions here, like what he would be thinking in the books. When Geralt says he's looking for a young woman, he's not going to specifically tell Kiera it's Ciri, just because in the Witcher books, the Lodge of Sorceresses, I think it's in Time of Contempt, or Baptism of Fire, or... It's in, like, the last 3 books. The Lodge basically tried to use Ciri for political gain, and that didn't sit well with Yennefer, Geralt, Ciri also, and also it didn't sit well with Emir, who is the Emperor of Nilfgaard. He is Ciri's biological father, and so he didn't want sorceresses using her for political gain, because that's what he was going to do himself, so... Yeah, I don't think Geralt would actually disclose who he's looking for at the moment.
Apparently she quarreled with the local witch.
Someone's been feeding you horseshit. The girls
It's a bit
around
harsh.
here are too stupid to quarrel with me.
She's not from here.
You're up to something, Geralt. If I'm to help you, you must tell me what's going on. Who are you looking for?
Ciri.
Ciri? Well, now I understand the secrecy, not to mention the brooding, the furled brow. And you say she had some sort of problem with a witch?
So you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently, someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
Huh. Someone else, you say? What did he ask you, then?
Who was it?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
How about a few dozen eggs? How's that sound?
What's your rate these days? A couple dozen eggs? 3 hens, maybe?
My rate rises with every word you speak. I'm not sure you can afford the information anymore.
You're pricklier than I remembered. Isn't living in nature's lap supposed to be cleansing, calming?
Nature stinks. Oh, sod it, don't
City
give me that
girl.
look. I know it's Ciri we're talking
Yeah,
about.
well,
It was an elf, this
coming from
individual
someone
asked
who
about
lives in
Ciri.
a
No flea-bitten scoia'tail slob either,
sort of
but
an urban
elf
area,
mage.
the countryside, it does stink, but you get used to it over time. Stop complaining, Kiera. So, you say that it was an elven mage. What the heck was he doing in Velen?
What was an elven mage doing in Velen?
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
But you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
Typical. That's typical for elves in this sort of universe, as they ask questions instead of answering them. You didn't happen to stumble upon his name, did you?
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
So did he leave a message, or did he leave something to convey to Ciri that he wanted to meet up with her?
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him?
Yes,
Yes, I shall turn the audio up a bit.
The village of Midcopse. I'll go there with you.
Turn down the... Basically on my mic, the audio is quite loud.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it.
Hopefully that's better.
Besides, I know you think as I do, that she might be there. And I'd like to see Cirilla too.
Yeah, that's really loud in my mic, but yeah, hopefully it should be better. Turning down the master volume is just solely for my benefit because the menu screen is really loud. But yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
And hopefully in turning my mic down, my voice isn't too low either.
This is the place.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate, I've no idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.
Just
Come on!
looking back on it on my... Is game audio still good for you? Because on my one, it doesn't seem to be that loud. I'm glad my mic sounds good, because I've had a lot of bad experiences with the past with my mic. Okay, so it's probably just my end, because my phone's on low volume. That's probably why. Or it's probably just my really crap hearing, because I have a lot of hearing problems, so it's probably just me. Sorry, I'm getting distracted on stuff. Right. Yeah, this is where we pretty much left off from the last time. I know it's been quite a long time. But, we are continuing on.
The Wild Hunt.
What? Phantom Riders? That means... I thought they didn't exist.
Feast your eyes on the non-existent then. Got a navigator with them.
What?
Can you teleport us to the other side?
I'd rather teleport us home. Do you really mean to follow them?
Teleport. Hurry up.
Not sure I like any of this.
Okay. Have I not put... Okay, that's my bad. I have not put runes onto my swords because... okay, they're not the right ones. That's fair. Not really good either. Oh, okay, that's fine. So, Geralt in the books only had one sword on his back, and he kept the other on his horse. Now, I did try to install the sword on hit mod,
Ready.
which basically...
Follow me.
Damn portals. Wonder where Kiera is now. Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Ow. And I forgot I'm on God mode at the moment. Because I was testing mods out last night. Let me turn that off.